In all situations, we always want to see what the script is going to be, but especially with a wild animal, because many times something that's simple to the writer, the director, they think, oh, it's really not that big of a deal, is a huge deal. For any animals, not just, the wild animals, but even a dog or a cat, people in their mind think, oh, well, my cat does that in the house all the time, so it's really not that big of a deal to have the cat do that. And then we get on set, like that, no, we can't do that without having pre-trained the animal too. Okay, so you want to go over to the coyotes?
Sure. Okay. With an animal like this, how do you actually go about training them to do a specific type of activity that would be required on set?
Well, that's a very good question. It really depends, again, on the individual animal. And many people think that coyotes are like dogs, and they're really not. They are very wild animals. And we do imprint all of our mammals and most of our birds even. With the coyotes, we got them as, I think they were 3 weeks old when we got them, and we bottle raised them. And we socialize them as their babies and bring them out in social situations where they're meeting lots of people and they're seeing lots of people. We take them all over the place, and it helps to calm them down a little bit. And even with that, they're still very nervous animals. So we have to make sure everything is exactly right when we're doing a job with an animal like a coyote. And everything for them has to be positive and stable. So when we do a job with like an animal, say the coyotes, we try and make everything as still as possible and as calm as possible without any variances. We know exactly what the coyote is going to do, and that's it. And we try and keep as little action going on around them. And then we have the coyotes doing exactly what they're supposed to do. We give them lots of positive reinforcement, which is food for them. Mm-hmm. And then we move on. So it's short and sweet. We try and do it as fast as we can with these guys.
What's a good snack for using on a set for the coyote?
Well, the coyotes really like meat, and they like chicken. So we have something called bop, which is technically it's called bird of prey. We call it bop, and it's got all different types of meat mashed in together.
On a set, everything is so time-based. How much time, when you're talking with the directors or the producers that are working on a project, do you kind of give them an estimate of it'll take 2 hours before the animal is actually calm and ready on set? Do you kind of give them some sort of heads up as to the lead time that would be required?
Well, normally what'll happen is we'll be given, the AD will call us and ask us, how long is it going to take you guys to be prepared before we shoot? Mm-hmm. And so we might need a half an hour, we might need 3 hours. But what we do is we find out what their projected work time is, and then we'll get there a certain period of time before that to settle the animals in. And then what we'll normally ask for is like a 10 or a 15 minute advance notice that we're going to be used. With an animal like these, a wild animal like these, what we'll do is we will say we'd like to have some prep time in the actual set or location so that we can work them through it before we are in front of the camera, so we don't waste their time.
Right.
So we cut down. Yeah, we try and get everything done before everybody's ready for us.
Okay.
It's really all about keeping everything stable with them and positive reinforcement.